All right, everyone. Now let's implement the update request to the backend. First, we are inside the edit form. When the form is submitted, formX on submit function is triggered. So here we define a function called handle submit and we receive the form values. Now inside this function, we send these values to the backend. So we create an async function called handle submit and pass the values into it. Then we import our backend function, edit student, from the helpers file and call it using await edit student with the values. Since we are using await, this function must be async. Now let's handle possible errors because the backend may return an error. We capture the response and extract the error value. If there is an error, we store it using state. So we create a state called error and a setter function. If an error exists, we update this state. Now we display this error in the user interface. Below the button, we conditionally render the message. If there's an error, we show it. Otherwise, we show nothing. This gives us a clean user experience. Now let's improve the user experience even more. We don't want users clicking the button multiple times, so we use the use transition hook. We define a pending state and a start transition function. Then we wrap our request inside the transition function. While the request is in progress, the pending state becomes true. So we use this state to disable the button and change the button text. If the request is pending, we show saving. Otherwise, we show edit student. This prevents duplicate requests and gives clear feedback to the user. Now let's test it. When we click the button, it becomes disabled, the text changes to saving, and the request is sent. If the request is successful, we redirect to the home page. If there is an error, we display the error message on the screen. For example, we may show a message like "You are not successful" and the data will not be updated. So now we have a complete flow. We have a backend update request, error handling, user interface feedback, and a disabled button during the request. This is a production level pattern.